Hi, my name is Ruth Hunter, but for those of you who knew me in my playing days, wearing a headband, running up and down the court, wearing a 00 jersey, my name was Ruth Riley back then. Growing up, I played every sport I could: t-ball, softball, volleyball, basketball, and track. I always loved to be active, to compete, and to be part of a team. My dream as an athlete was birthed as a 12-year-old girl watching the 1992 USA Dream Team compete in the Barcelona Olympics. I remember telling my mom that I was going to play in the NBA and the Olympics one day. To her credit, she did not shoot down my dream, but simply said, "If you work hard enough, anything is possible." At that point in my life, I was a 6-foot-tall, incredibly uncoordinated girl in the 7th grade with very little talent, yet armed with a foundation of faith, a work ethic, and a dream. My journey as a total athlete has evolved throughout my lifetime. This is a term I would use to describe the combination of my spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical well-being and personhood. Church was always a staple in my childhood. Therefore, I feel like I've always known that God existed, loved me, and had a purpose for my life. God has consistently used the intersection of sport and faith to grow me and transform me into the woman that I am today. If you look in my locker, you will see a pair of custom shoes that Nike made for me when I was playing in the WNBA for the Detroit Shock. Across the tongue of the shoe, you will see the word truth. While reporters would sometimes title their headlines after a dominant performance, "You can't handle the truth," as a play on my name, this word was meant to reflect something far greater for me. Jesus says, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." I've been on a lifelong quest to seek and understand the truth of Christ. Sports can be an incredible roller coaster. I was blessed to experience the highs of winning an NCAA title, 2 WNBA championships, an All-Star, MVP accolades, and my original dream of winning a gold medal came true in the 2004 Olympics. But there were also the lows of injuries, self-doubt, difficult team dynamics, unmet expectations, failures, and various forms of adversity. Two of the greatest contributors to my success as an athlete was having an unshakable foundation of truth by which I operated from, and the power of choice. After a disappointing game, I learned to lean into the truth that my value and worth are defined by my identity in Christ and His purpose, not by my performance. This allowed me to acknowledge the emotions of disappointment, to silence the narratives of the critics, and to enter into a freedom by which I found peace and fulfillment even amidst challenging times. We all have a choice in what we believe about ourselves, who we allow to speak into our lives, how hard we want to work, and what kind of teammate we want to be. Choice is much more powerful and empowering than destiny or fate. It is something that we control. It isn't just making a decision, though. It also requires making sure that you are an active participant in that decision becoming a reality. Part of being a total athlete for me was making sure that I was choosing wisely and that I held myself accountable to those decisions. My faith also taught me how to compete with integrity, how to be courageous and confident as well as humble, how to be driven and service-minded, how to seek to be the best version of myself and be willing to sacrifice for the betterment of the team. As my success grew, so did my platform. God showed me how to find my voice as a shy young girl and taught me how to stretch beyond my comfort zones to lead and love others. As you continue your own personal journey to becoming a total athlete, there are 2 things that I would love to encourage you to think about. First, anchor to the amazing truth of God's forgiveness, love, plan, and purpose for your life. And secondly, acknowledge the power of choice and choose wisely.